Whoa.
Hey, I'm back. I know the afro's gone. It's not gone, actually. It's here, but it's in these little things here, you know, to keep it all neat and stuff. Recently in the news, there was, as everyone may know, another school shooting in Florida. It was in the news one day and then not in the news the next day, basically. Tweak, better get off my bed, boy. Boy. Go get this cat real quick. This is my cat, Tweak. She's a girl. She doesn't like the camera. I'm sorry. So it was in the news for one day and then out like the next. So I mean, it's become a normal thing, I guess, in America for school shootings to just happen. I guess like people just look at him like, oh well, that's America. So I saw that the students in Florida were like rallying and protesting whenever Trump came in to Florida, which is great. Like finally, someone's saying we need to do something. But it has been done before. It's not like this is the first time someone has like tried to speak up about this. Like but this is the first time anyone is like, I don't know, more people are watching. I guess I don't know, cause I don't know. It's just weird. More people are watching. But I don't think it really. When I was in school, when I was a senior last year, and there was school shootings and stuff, people just we took it so lightly. Like I remember we just didn't care much because it was an average thing. So I know that's kind of wrong to say, but it's true. Like most kids like make a meme out of it. Like it's become a meme basically, which and I can understand if it's never happened to you or anything like that has ever crossed your mind. You're not really gonna take it as seriously. It's one of those things. It's kind of like, oh, people don't get kidnapped, but like once you get like like you never really think about it. You never really think about going out with your friends and someone like trying to take advantage of you. You just never think of that because it's never happened to you. It's never really crossed your mind, but you know that it can happen, but you're just not scared about it. So something like this did happen to me. I was not in a school shooting. I was never, you know, when I'm from Texas, so guns rule everything. We got guns over here. You got gun show coming up. So in Texas, I don't know. It's in Texas, so it was just it was I remember I was in school and I was walking to class with my friends. I'm not gonna say their names. We'll call them Jerry and Richard. Okay, I guess whatever. And my friend Jerry, he's a very dark sense of humor. Very dark, very those kids that I'm talking about, like those kids, the Rick and Morty OG original Rick and Morty fan base where they everything is just dark and so he's like, bro, I'm gonna shoot up the school, and I'm like, bro, stop bullying me, I'm gonna kill myself. Like that's just how we joke. I always probably shouldn't joke like that, but that's just like he's like, I'm gonna shoot up the school, man, and like, oh whatever, bro, quit bullying me, like quit trying to push me around. And we're just walking to class like it's any other day. So I'm in class and I'm in the school news program. So I'm back there and we finished shooting the show and I'm now editing and I'm putting it together. And all of a sudden, one of the assistant principals walks back into the studio and he's like, Harrison, okay, so keep in mind that we walked to class and it's a whole period has gone by. Like I've forgotten about this. So he comes back there and he's like, Harrison, come with me. Uh, okay. So we're walking out, and he's just not even looking at me. We walk through the classroom, and everyone's like looking at us, like, oh, "What the fuck's gonna happen?" So we walk out, and we walk, and I'm like, "Did I do something wrong?" And he's like, "You know what you did." Like one of those like cops. Like, what are you, a cop or something? Like, no, you're an assistant principal. Why are you all? So we walk out of the hallway, and there's a cop standing right there, and he's like, has his hand on his gun. Like every time I see a cop, they have their hand on their gun. So he's like, "Get against the wall. Put your hands up." Okay. And I have my hands on the wall and they're like patting me down and stuff. And I look over to the right and I see all of my classmates in that class like looking out the window, like peeping, like trying to see what's going on. I'm like, just getting searched over here. So he puts me in handcuffs and we're walking to the office. And he's like asking me all these questions. Like, do you recall this being said earlier, this, and this? I'm like, no. Of course, at this point, I know what he's talking about, but I'm laughing about it because I'm like, oh my god, we're just joking. But the first thing I'm thinking about is don't rat your friends out. Like, don't do that. Don't be a snitch. Like Riley, from the Boondocks. I ain't no snitch, man. So I'm walking to the office, and he's like trying to like butter me up now, like good cop, bad cop. Like first he's all rough, now he's like, so what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, I want to be a filmmaker, like I like making movies. And it's like, oh, violent movies, and I'm like, which persona are you going for right now? Like, are you the good cop or are you the bad cop? Okay, so we get to the office, and he sits me down, and he's like asking me all these questions, like, do you know what we're talking about? Earlier you said some things that shouldn't have been said, blah blah blah. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you were with 2 other people earlier. Do you know who they were? No. It's like, no, who are they? And then he pulls up the camera. Like, they have cameras in the school. He pulls up the footage of all 3 of us walking. Looking like Ed, Ned, Nettie out there, just like walking to our class. And I'm like, no, I don't know them. I've never seen them before in my life. I don't even know them. And then he's like, and then one of them was like, I know that guy. That's Richard. I'm like, damn it. Oh, they got him. All right, so they go and they get Richard. And I'm still sitting there in the office, all whatever. At this point, we all know what they're talking about, okay? But no one has actually come out and said it. So they get Richard in the office, and we're sitting there, and he's like, "Do you know who this is?" And I'm sitting there in my mind, like, "Dude, do not rat him out. Do not rat out Jerry. Like, do not do that." Finally, after 20, 30 minutes, he's finally like, "I think his name's Jerry," and I'm like, "Fudge." Fudge monkey, man. And so I'm like, damn it. So then they're like, okay, we're gonna go get him. So they bring him in, and then we're all sitting in this office. While we're sitting there on this bench while they go and get Jerry, me and Richard, we have our phones out, like we're like texting each other, like laughing, like this is so dumb, like yeah, what the heck. And the lady in the office, there's like some like accountant lady there, and she's just sitting there watching them. And then they come back with Jerry, and she's like, are they supposed to be on their phones? No. Well, they were on their phones. And then they're like, okay. And then they pull us into the office. And as they're pulling us into the office, I look at her. I'm like, you got us. You're the hero of the day. How do you feel that you ratted us out that we were on our phones? Interview. You're a hero. You're a hero to these kids in the school. Someone give this woman a prize. So we're in the class. We're in the room now. And they're asking us all these questions. And they're like, okay, so someone tweeted that they felt scared because you 3 were talking about shooting up a school and killing yourselves. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, well, no, it was a joke. Maybe we shouldn't have said it, but we said it, and we were kidding. And then, a few words get exchanged, blah, blah, blah. We're talking, and then they're like, man, we're sorry, you guys are good kids. We didn't mean to do this, blah, blah, blah. And of course, like Jerry and Richard are shaking their hands, but I'm not shaking their hand. I am pissed. I was the first one to get called out, and I was the only one to be put in handcuffs. It's a little bit upsetting. Throughout the day, though, people were like, "Free Harry, man, free him. He didn't do nothing wrong. Free Harry." And it was really cool. Like everyone like rallying behind me. I don't like pulling the race card. I'm not. Some people will look at me like, oh, dude, you're not even black. Like, I've had African kids be like, you are not black. Do not call yourself black. You are not black. Do you know the way? So yeah, I've had that happen. And then I've gone to my house I lived in like a white neighborhood where I'd go home, and then like my white neighbor would be like, hey, N-word. What's up, N-word? You're such an N-word. Like, I'm like, can I not win? Can I just... I was the only one to be put in handcuffs and then brought into there. Like, they noted me out of the video of all 3 of us. So this is a little bit upsetting. Looking back at it now, I wish I could have been like, yo, as they were pulling me out of the hallway, I wish I had like told everyone in that class, like, yo, grab a camera and record this. Like, this needs to be documented. But I don't know. So having that happen to me, I'm probably like one of the most laid back, chill people you'll meet. Like, I do just not care. I'm really chill, but it's just a little bit annoying. So that's why after this whole Florida incident, and I see the people protesting, like, I don't stop Like, do something until something changes, because this has to stop, because I was arrested for something that I didn't even do. I would never ever think of doing. So don't stop. Keep fighting till something happens. I know Dashy's niece, like Dashy Games, like that YouTuber, his niece was at that school where that shooting happened, and that was just like, can you imagine? I mean, that's just crazy. So I don't know. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna, like, I want to do something. I'm not currently in the United States, but if I was there, I would definitely be like out there protesting with them. I'd be out there trying to make a difference, but I'm not there. So what the best I could do is just tell my story to you, and hope that something somewhere, just contribute, even a little bit goes a long way at this point. So I don't want it to be one of those things where it's in the news one day and then the next day people are like, oh, that's America, there they go again. Like, I don't want that to happen again, because that sucks, dude. Like, that really sucks. The students don't deserve that. You shouldn't have to feel scared going to school, and it's just it's stupid, and I don't know what more to say about it other than do something until something changes. Because I mean, the dude literally tweeted about how he wanted to be a professional school shooter, and then walked right into this school with this big AR-15, just walked right in, and no one stopped him, no one did anything. And then all the students after that had to walk out with their hands up because they didn't know who did it, while he was off at freaking Burger King having a drink, and then went home and probably played, like, I don't know, did something else. And while that's happening, all the students are like scared for their life, like their hands up, and they had to sit in that room for 2-3 hours not knowing what's going on. You imagine the parents, though, like the parents of those students, what they were going through. Just, you don't really think about those things. You don't see the bodies. They don't show you the bodies of the aftermath of the kids because they're probably all messed up. Like, can't even recognize them. So, do something. Like, you don't think about those things. But I'm trying to bring awareness to somebody, because something's got to change. Something's got to, even if it's me making this stupid little YouTube video telling you my stupid little story about how I was wrongly accused of doing some stupid thing. So this has been Harry. I like telling these cool stories. I think it should be fun doing these more. Maybe my name is Afro Skinny Jeans, so Afro will be back soon. Trust me that right now he's taking a nap. So let me know. Yeah. Peace out, dudes.